power was restored to the building yesterday evening.
Stayed here till 9:30 just watching it burn and talking to everybody. We're just all devastated.
For Jan Farmar, watching the school she worked at for 7 years go up in flames Tuesday night took her breath away.
The teachers are great, close. The families are close. It's just a devastating loss.
Skyfox flew over Lee Elementary School in Tampa Heights as flames ripped through the roof.
A historic school in Tampa. Officials now believe that an electrical fire is what destroyed Lee Elementary, possibly started after power was restored to the building yesterday evening.
Eagle 8 HD flew over Robert E. Lee School, and as you can see there, most of the building is nothing but rubble.
And with classrooms destroyed, parents, students, and teachers are wondering what's next.
Empty silence was penetrated by my boots squelching on the warped wood. My contribution to the cacophonic soundtrack of the building's old groans as tormented gusts whistled through jagged windows, echoing in the skeletal remains as the gale raged on. Entering my old classroom was like stepping into a shattered memory, an altered realm fragmented and worn by elements. I had never returned after the 5th grade, even though I'd wanted to, but I simply forgot, as my youth would begin to fade toward the edges of my mind, swept under the cerebral carpet of my brain, until my mother had mentioned my elementary school's dilapidated condition. It feels as if your brain is playing a joke on you, remembering halls and door frames much larger only to come back and find them average and more mildewed than vibrant. I was visiting my hometown, an odd blend of nostalgia as it always was, and remorse for what had changed, hitting up old haunts like the beach to find it eroding more and more every year, and now to my discovery, the school of my adolescence decaying into a communal carcass. The hall, once khaki, now bore the tone of excrement beneath busted lights, glazing everything in shadow, including a wooden giraffe that had stood the test of time, upright through the destruction. Frozen in time, desks and tables crusted in pencils and colored markers, posters drooping off walls, book bags and snack wrappers littering the area, and a colorful, disjointed quilt, tarnished from a tropical school sliced open and folding inward. The desks were toys, my old seat barely coming up to my knee. I remember struggling that year in math and shutting down on a question, hiding in the bathroom until the assistant principal had to come to the rescue. I opened the long, stained wooden door to the bathroom as it creaked on rusty hinges, revealing a now claustrophobic tile cell. Melting down was super embarrassing, but I hadn't dwelled upon it until then. Being in that same spot half my life was numbing. Had anything really changed? My flashlight was dim in the hall that seemed to slink darkness as I descended into the derelict ribcage, stretching into oblivion, steel frames hanging from the ceiling like plucked appendages, their soggy air duct material clinging to it like scraps. Wooden floorboards curved upward like erect roots and busted train track teeth as water pooled in for a grotesque stew. There was a conflicting feeling of deja vu, seeing the hall in such a trash state when I had remembered it being filled with bustling energy from students walking past trophy cases under bright lights and multicultural flags. And now devoid of life and laughter is the glee and development of so many children now only whispered as ghosts of the past in this educational graveyard. It was not a creepy sensation, only sadness and remorse for the fact that it was beyond destroyed. The front office was without any sense of orderly. The bright secretaries that managed the basic duties of the school were the last thing that would ever be here in the spray-painted pandemonium. Plants grew through jagged windows among the ripped-apart mess that disjointedly heaped and encapsulated every room. Other classrooms displayed the same frightening visions, reading rugs sludging into mini lagoons as the rest of the class fell into disarrayed catacombs. Upstairs, the collapsed roof was like a geometrical nightmare, boards splintering and bent against all conceived notions. Wires and beams sagged under the weight of the collapse, rain soaking through the opening as fresh air flooded into the old science classroom's laptop cards and books long forgotten. I came to the spot where as a class we would line up awaiting further direction on which area to journey into, but now it looked petrifying, scrubbed in inky blackness. I entered that abysmal murkiness, flashlight illuminating so little, ripe territory for the mind to wander to the edge, expecting someone or something to jump out of that darkness. It was disturbing, as if I had truly believed my school would somehow live forever. This is where it was. I guess I made it a classroom.
They still got all their shit and the pictures in there, like back their seats, you know? I wish that sun. There's a Pepsi machine. You know, they tried to get in there.
I realized eventually everything dies with time. Flames cease to flicker, passion dims, and significance fades. I think we're all aware of this, but I long for the days where it didn't cross my mind as much.